Hi and welcome back. Today I'm going to talk to you about a concept called the third space, and this is based on the work of Dr. Adam Fraser. Now, one of the things that I've been noticing and experiencing both for myself and with many of the people that I work with is an increasing level of fatigue over the new way of working. So many of the people that I'm engaging with now find themselves working in their homes, often with family members there too. And for some of them, that means back-to-back Zoom meetings, maybe punctuated by an interruption by a child or someone else in the household, trying to manage potentially children doing schoolwork from home, as well as keeping on top of the housework and everything else and attending to family relationships. Similarly, for those going out into the workplace, for many of them, they're dealing with extremely stressful situations and scenarios, and the pressure really is on. And one of the things that I'm really interested in is helping people to find ways of working and being that are really sustainable. And I think one of the things that we're starting to discover 6 weeks or so into lockdown here in the UK is that some of the habits that we've got into around the way that we're working are no longer sustainable. It is absolutely exhausting and draining, and what seemed possible and potentially new and quite interesting initially is now really starting to take its toll. So the third space is all about the transitions in our life and how we can use those to really positive effect, to enable us to build our resilience, our happiness, in fact our effectiveness and our productivity. And this is based on research from people from all walks of life, including surgeons, nurses, salespeople, top sports people. One of those studies showed that by mastering the third space and using it in the way that I'm going to show you in a minute, had a 41% increase in people's sense of balance in their lives. So whatever the third space means to you, it might be, if you're going out to work, the way that you use the journey between work and home and work. But there are much smaller third spaces as well for all of those. They're the gaps between meetings. They're the points between getting up from our computer to go back and engage with our family. They're the spaces between getting up out of bed and starting our working day. So the technique today is to go through the following process in those third spaces, whether you have a couple of seconds, a couple of minutes, or even half an hour to do so. Tailor it accordingly. It's a 3 R's process: reflect, rest, and reset. So reflect is, I've just finished an activity, perhaps I've just finished a Zoom call with a client. I reflect on what went well and what did I learn from that activity. And that's about closing down the activity that you've just finished, putting it behind you so that you can move afresh into the next one. Secondly, rest. Use a technique. Perhaps it's a few rounds of calming breath that I shared with you in one of my early videos. Perhaps it's a minute's mindfulness practice of noticing through your senses the things around you in the room. But just a minute or more, if you have it, of stillness to allow yourself some rest and recovery. And thirdly, reset. Rather than just falling and rushing into the next activity, just take a moment to think, how do I want to show up for this next activity? What is it that I want to do and be as I move into this next task or this next part of my day? So the 3 R's, reflect, rest and reset, will have an absolutely transformative effect on your energy and your balance, your happiness and in fact your success as you move throughout your day. So I'd really encourage you to build that in as a core practice to sustaining your energy and your well-being in these new, pressured, busy times. I hope you find this technique useful, and I really encourage you to put it into practice every day over the coming weeks and to see the difference that that makes for you. I look forward to sharing more techniques with you over the coming days and weeks. Stay safe. Much love.